Kamaru Usman is back. We have a date, an opponent. The rumors are going crazy right now, and we have heard that Khamzat Chimaev, the one and only Khamzat Chimaev, undefeated prospect in the UFC. If you could even call him a prospect at this point, he's now just a full-blown contender. But he is now going to fight Kamaru Usman, rumoredly, in Abu Dhabi, UFC 294. And I assume this will be on the undercard and the main card, of course. But that card looks crazy already. You know, obviously, every time they're in Abu Dhabi, the card is insane. And we already have Islam Makhachev versus any of these contenders on the top of the card. Maybe Bilal Muhammad could hop on the card. I don't know. There's a lot of rumored fights to take place there. But guys, thank you guys for 11,000 subscribers. You got us to 11K. Big deal, and I'm super appreciative of you guys. You guys definitely helped me out there. I told you guys, hey, I want to be there at the end of the week. You got me there at the end of the week. 11K. Wow. Thank you guys so much. Now we're trying to get to 12K. As you guys know, we're trying to get to 20K by the end of the summer. So the work is not done. For all of you guys that subscribed and said, hey, let me go chip in, thank you guys already. But for any of you guys that still haven't done it, hit the subscribe button, like, comment, and share. We're trying to grow the subscribers, everything. Subscribe on all accounts. I don't care. Just view it. Without further ado, let's just talk about this fight. All right, Kamaru Usman is coming off of his really close loss against Leon Edwards. I mean, it was close. I actually scored it a draw. I haven't rewatched the fight. Maybe if I rewatched it, I would score it for Leon, but I don't think Kamaru won that fight at all. I think at best case, it's a draw, and that was with a point deduction. So really, I have no problems with Leon Edwards winning. I predicted Leon to win. Had it a draw, but really close either way. I'm not mad at the result whatsoever. And right now, it kind of leaves him in a place where it's kind of tough for him to build himself back up because he's lost on Leon twice now. Beat a lot of these top guys. Like, who does he fight? Does he fight a guy in Shavkat who is undefeated? It looked like Khamzat wasn't coming down to 170 pounds. He said he wanted to fight Khamzat. And hey, you got to respect Kamaru Usman because this is the toughest fight that he could come back to. He picked out the #1 guy that nobody wants to fight and said, hey, Khamzat, I'm willing to fight you. No belts, no nothing on the line. Just said, hey, I want to fight him. And if he beats Khamzat, that's pretty impressive and a really good comeback for Kamaru Usman. And in a case where maybe we see Colby Covington defeat Leon Edwards, and after the Bilal fight, maybe we see Kamaru Usman back in the title picture, win the title, and maybe just retire from there. This is definitely a good idea for Kamaru Usman to get back on top, but it's a risky fight because we've seen Khamzat destroy a lot of these guys. Other than Gilbert Burns, I mean, look at his fight with Kevin Holland. Not a lot of people do that to Kevin Holland. And Khamzat is the real deal. We saw in his Gilbert Burns fight that he has heart, he has a chin, and I think this fight is interesting to break down. Now, where is this rumor stemming from? The rumor is stemming from Khamzat Chimaev on his YouTube channel, direct from the source, saying, hey, Kamaru, I'm willing to fight you. Let me know. Sign the contract.
Usman wants to fight. I make his last fight, and he wants money. He knows what is the money, you know. Everyone knows the money. Now I'm gonna fight this guy, Abu Dhabi, and smash his face, finish him. And then they have to give me that title shot.
We also saw Kamaru Usman kind of tweet about this as well as Khamzat. This fight is definitely at least rumored, right? There's definitely some talks behind the scene between Khamzat as well as Kamaru and the UFC. Definitely UFC is interested. Dana White said he would be interested in putting in this fight, but not at a catch weight. As you guys know, Khamzat has obviously had lots of problems making 170 pounds. So I guess there was talks of that fight being at a catch weight, but Kamaru's never fought at 185, nor is he ranked at 185. So I don't really get the difference between a catch weight and Kamaru just moving up to 185. Seeing that both guys have never fought in the division, so it means nothing anyway. But Khamzat said on his YouTube channel he's willing to do 170 pounds for October. I don't like that idea. Look, a lot of bad things come from weight cutting. There's actually a lot of benefits to just fighting closer to your natural weight. We see someone like Colby Covington be able to push the pace so well because he doesn't have to cut so much weight because his cardio and his endurance isn't affected. Khamzat isn't like that. Khamzat is a guy we saw in the Gilbert Burns fight slow down. We saw him breathe heavy in the Kevin Holland fight. Not saying that he was going to grow tired, but he was breathing heavy and that was a fast pace that he was moving at. And Kamaru is a guy that has fought 170 pounds comfortably, has really good cardio. In my opinion, I'm just going to say my prediction of this is a 5-round fight. I'm going with Kamaru Usman. I think Khamzat Chimaev is going to have trouble taking him down, and even if he does, I don't think he's going to be able to just submit him and control him like he did with other guys like Kevin Holland. Khamzat also really does not have experience, and people don't understand experience is massive. We look at Raul Rosas Jr. really have trouble pacing himself in a 3-round fight for the first time because he didn't have the experience to. He didn't know how to pace himself. Khamzat doesn't know how to pace himself in a 5-round fight. Even in a 3-round fight, we saw him struggle with Gilbert Burns, so we've seen Kamaru obviously go 5 rounds numerous times with Leon Edwards, with Colby Covington, and win in those later rounds. So he's going to be able to keep up that pace for 5 rounds, and he also trains at altitude, really good cardio as I mentioned before, and I think that's Khamzat's weapon. I think if someone could defend the takedowns and really take it to the later rounds, I think that's how you beat a guy like Khamzat Chimaev, or maybe you just take the damage like Kevin Holland wanted to do, just take the damage early on, survive the early rounds, and then take over in the later rounds. I think that's a game plan that could beat someone like Khamzat Chimaev. It kind of reminds me when Conor McGregor did the same thing against Khabib, where Khabib was really really just ground and pounding Conor McGregor, controlling him early. And we see in that third round that Khabib needed to take a round off, because you can't just go and smash and ground and pound for 2 rounds straight and not get tired. And I'm not at all trying to pull a Dominic Cruz here and say that was Conor McGregor's plan or anything, but all I'm saying is it's a good plan. It's a plan that's worked throughout history. Hire the bigger guy out, be faster than him. That's what I'm trying to say. If this fight happens at 170, I don't like this. I think it'll really hurt Khamzat Chimaev's cardio. It's going to be a lot of weight to cut, especially in Abu Dhabi. A lot of fighters have trouble cutting weight in Abu Dhabi because of the time difference, because of the different rules there. We saw Khabib barely make weight against Justin Gaethje in Abu Dhabi. It kind of reminds me of Australia too. It's harder to make weight in those kind of settings, and we've seen Khamzat Chimaev actually struggle in Abu Dhabi a couple years ago. Now, what do I think of the matchup? As I said, look, 5 rounds, I got Kamaru Usman. I think Usman could defend the takedown. I think his striking is going to be more technical, if not the same, but I think he's just going to have a bit of the edge with the experience, be able to take over, especially in those later rounds. I could definitely see Khamzat Chimaev gassing out. I don't think he can knock out Kamaru Usman. I don't think that he's going to be able to submit Kamaru Usman. However, this fight is most likely going to be 3 rounds on that pay-per-view card if the fight does happen. And who do I have there in that case? This fight is then a lot closer. I see Khamzat Chimaev really being aggressive in that first round, and I don't know, I might still go with Kamaru Usman. I don't know. It's a tough fight to judge because, yes, Kamaru Usman did suffer 2 losses in a row to Leon Edwards. You gotta wonder the confidence going into a Khamzat Chimaev matchup. But I think if anyone is going to be Khamzat Chimaev, I think it's going to be Kamaru Usman. Maybe Gilbert Burns in a rematch. I think Khamzat will win the first round comfortably. I think that he's just gonna have a lot of aggression early on, as we see in a lot of his fights, but he can't have that. I think he's got to be a little more technical to be able to make this close fight. And if it's even technical, I'm not even sure if Khamzat could beat Kamaru that way. And this might be an unpopular opinion. I think a lot of people are going to pick Khamzat, but I got Kamaru Usman. I think just the cardio makes a difference here. Kamaru has just unbelievable cardio, unbelievable strength in the wrestling department. Both of them are also really big welterweights, and I think if he has to go to 170 pounds, I think that's going to be another rough weight cut. And if he has to go to 170 pounds, I think that's going to be another rough weight cut for Khamzat Chimaev. If the fight's at 185, then I got Khamzat. I think Khamzat will win, but if the fight's at 170, I got Kamaru Usman, even in a 3-round fight. But I think it'll be a lot closer because I think Khamzat is able to win the first round, Kamaru's able to win the third, and I could see that second round being very close. I could see maybe even Khamzat having the dog in him to finish that third round, try to end strong and really win that third round. We're gonna have to see, but let me know what you guys think of this potential matchup. That's a very exciting matchup for me. This Abu Dhabi card does look pretty good so far. In my opinion, I don't want to see this fight though, if I'm going to be completely honest. I'd rather see Kamaru Usman fight another middleweight contender, and then I would want to see Khamzat Chimaev fight a middleweight contender like Paulo Costa. Honestly, I was a big fan of that Paulo Costa and Khamzat Chimaev matchup. Obviously, Paulo Costa is now fighting a random guy in the rankings. Really strange how they're just doing that. The fight made sense, but I assume maybe they're just going to go with the Kamaru and Khamzat route now. Either way, I don't want to see Khamzat Chimaev at 170 pounds, but it looks like that's what's going to happen. Guys, thank you guys for watching. You guys are always the best fan base in MMA. Let me know what you guys think of the matchup. Tell me in the comment section below. Tell me your prediction. It's probably a 3-round fight, so keep it 3 rounds. Let me know. I'm really curious to hear. I'll respond to a lot of you guys. Guys, thank you guys for watching. You guys are the best fan base in MMA. Thank you guys for 11K subscribers, and hit the subscribe button, like, comment, and share, and I'll see you guys in the next one.